CCM. My name is Brilyn.
And my name is Angie Ramirez, and today we are discussing about cohabitation, which is defined as an arrangement where two or more people are not married but live together.
We see that today marriage is becoming across the board a more selective and rare institution in terms of who marries, who benefits, and who stays married, among other factors. We see that cohabitation rates are rising and show no signs of stopping. Although young people are delaying marriage, they're not putting off romantic partnerships, because over the last 40 years, the number of people living with a romantic partner has increased by 12 times, according to the U.S. Census Bureau.
Today we are looking at an article released by Karen about trends in cohabitation outcomes. As stated by Gusseau in her article, marriage has become a more selective and during transition to adulthood, whereas cohabitation has not. Along with that, an article done by Jonathan Vespa, young adult transitioning into adulthood ran continuously in finishing school and creating financial security as their top priorities for that generation, with finishing school 60% and economic security 50%.
In Gusseau's article, it stated that members of racial and ethnic minorities and individuals with less education are at a higher risk of dissolution, and whites and better educated individuals are more likely to marry. Now, what do you think the correlation between education and marriage is, Angie?
So I think that people with a college degree has more opportunities to get a better job and better pay, and they don't have to worry about how they're going to pay their rent next month. On the other hand, people with less education and minimum range, they are more concerned about how they are going to pay their rent and making the relationship more likely to dissolve. So they are really
right. And as you mentioned before in the article by Jonathan Vespa, it states that in 1975, only 25% of men aged 25 to 34 incomes of less than $30,000 a year. Now, by 2016, that share rose up to 41% of men. So as you said, that financial responsibility puts a really hardship on a marriage and on a relationship. Yeah. So of course you would see with those who have less financial ability to have more dissolution rates. Now, in conclusion, Gusseau finds that other factors have contributed to increased instability and the weakening of the link between cohabitation and marriage, and that although social and economic prerequisites for marriage have increased, Americans remain pro-marriage, and that their majority of never married men and women plan to marry in the future. For today's young adults, achieving a career and economic stability may be the real barrier to union, stability, and marriage. Now, what do you think about the article on cohabitation in general, Angie?
So I think that now that women has the opportunity to choose when or with who they want to get married, cohabitation has become more common because we are getting more involved in our goals than thinking about getting married. And that is important to notice because focusing more on school and in our financial security, we can have a success cohabitation leading to marriage. And we don't want to get divorced like 2 months after we get married.
Right. So I found that though it was a refreshing article, the problem that I had was that homosexual relationships weren't included in this experiment and therefore not painting an accurate representation of the American cohabitation outcomes. Even if they were included, gay marriage wasn't legalized until 2016, and this outset was till 2010. Therefore, a lot of the couples that were interviewed wouldn't have had a goal for an unattainable marriage. In addition, cohabitation is an easier situation to get out of, and where marriage is protected by laws. So a lot of this generation who work very hard to gain what they have a hard time of committing to something that is very hard to get out of. Now, enough of what we've said. We'd like to hear what you have to say. So to our team members out in the community, hearing what you have to say about cohabitation. To you.
Ramirez, and I'm here today to do a couple of questions about cohabitation. Hi sir, do you mind if I ask you a couple of questions?
No.
Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Okay, I'm Santiago Ruiz. I'm 19 years old. I'm from Colombia, and I came here when I was 15.
Are you single, married, or in a relationship?
I'm single at the moment.
How do you feel about the relationship between love and marriage?
I feel like if you want to marry someone, you have to love them. You can't just marry someone because you don't love them or it's beneficial.
And so, do you think that one defines the other one?
Yes, I do.
Have you ever lived with someone you were dating before?
No, never.
What are your views on cohabitation?
I feel like it's really important in a relationship because if you want to be with someone, you have to live with him and see how that goes.
Do you think cohabitating is becoming the new norm amongst young and older people?
Yes, I do.
And do you think living together while dating is beneficial before marriage?
Yeah, because you'll actually know you want to marry that person.
For you, are house worth divided or not?
Yes, it's really. I feel like it depends on the couple, but it's really important to divide like whatever you have to do with your couple.
Do you think cohabitating can alleviate financial burden?
I do, because you can just do half and half on everything, and you can save a little extra money or anything you want.
So, could this be one factor on why more people are cohabitating?
Yes, of course.
How soon should a couple move in together while dating, or should they wait until marriage?
In my opinion, I feel like once you start dating someone, you can just give it like a couple years and then start thinking about you want to move or not.
So that's it. Thank you very much and have a great day.
You're welcome.
Hello, here I am today doing some interviews about cohabitation in the pre-campus. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Okay, my name is Carla Gilbert and I study here and I'm 19 years old.
Are you married, single, or in a relationship?
Oh, I'm single.
So how do you feel about the relationship between love and marriage? Does one define each other?
I think that it does not define each other. I think you can love somebody without getting married.
Have you lived ever with someone you were dating before?
No, I think I'm not ready yet to do that.
What are your views on cohabitation, which is couple living together without being married?
I mean, if you love that person, you can live with that person. You don't have to get married. I've seen couples that have gotten married and they got divorced like millions of times. So I'd rather just live with that person without getting married.
Do you think cohabitating is becoming the new norm amongst young and older people?
Yeah, of course. I've seen a lot of cohabitating and it is good. Like a long time ago, you had to get married with a person to live because women were not allowed to be themselves or, you know, you had to get married. But now you don't. If you don't want to, it's your choice.
Do you think living together while dating is beneficial before marriage?
Yes, I think it's beneficial because, you know, people get married before doing that and they have a lot of problems. But without getting married, you can know a person. I mean, you never get to know a person, but you will be, you know, you'll know some stuff, not all, but it will help you.
So, do you think cohabitating can help alleviate financial burden? Be one factor on why more people are cohabitating.
Yeah.
How soon should a couple move in together while dating, or should they wait until marriage?
I mean, no. It's when you feel mature about it. It's not the years or the days. It's just when you feel like it's the right moment to be mature and say, okay, if you want to live together, let's live together. If you don't want to live with that person, really, like I said, it's your choice.
Thank you very much. Hi, this is the second interview that I'm doing in pre-campus. So I'm here with
Angela Cappuccini. I am 19 years old. I attend here to Pierre campus. and I agreed to the interview.
Are you married, single, or in a relationship?
In a relationship.
For how long?
A year and a couple more months.
How do you feel about
Thank you very much.
Hi, this is the second interview that I'm doing in pre-campus. So I'm here with
Angelica Puccini. I am 19 years old. I attend here to Prayer Campus, and I agreed to the interview.
Are you married, single, or in a relationship?
In a relationship.
For how long?
A year and a couple more months.
How do you feel about the relationship between love and marriage? Does one define each other?
They don't really define each other, because I think you can love someone before you marry that person. And I think in order for you to marry someone, you should be in love, because I mean that's a commitment that you will be in for the rest of your life if you have the opportunity to do so. No.
Okay. What are your views on cohabitation, which is couple living together without being married?
I think it's necessary before marriage, because I think that you can learn how to like comprehend the other person, and actually how to you guys can deal with each other living together, because there will be differences. So in order for you to be able to be sure that you're going to spend the rest of your life with that person, you should live with the person before getting married, to make that commitment for the longer period of time.
And do you think cohabitating is becoming more normal now amongst young and older people?
Yes, I think it's more common now, since before women had to get married in order to leave their home, and therefore they will be more secure that she will be in a long-term marriage. But now, since societies have developed or like become more the new generation, it's better because therefore you can be fully sure, because these days you never know how people act. A lot of people act a certain way to impress people, so by living together you can see if they're trying just to impress you, or that's how they actually are.
So, do you think living together while dating is beneficial before marriage?
Yes, I think it's beneficial in order for the two to become a unit and be together in the same pace, both parties.
And do you think cohabitating can help alleviate financial burden? Could this be one factor on why more people are cohabitating?
Yes, I think people do it more often for the financial part, because since they support each other financially, they're able to grow faster and with less pressure on them, and so they can help each other out in the financial way and then progress.
How soon should a couple move in together while dating, or should they wait until marriage?
I think they don't have to wait until marriage. I think they can, really like know each other and spend time with each other in order for them to get married, because it's a big commitment and it's a long term. So in order for them to be fully sure that they're gonna be able to like accept that other person, they have to accept each other before that big commitment, because there's no going back. I mean, you could get divorced, but divorce are very usual these days, and it's something that is like, because it comes with a lot of stuff behind it, like if they have family, if they have children, that affects as children. So I think it will be better for the couples to really know each other before they want to get married, so they won't be affecting other people in their surroundings sooner if they decide to divorce.
That's all. Thank you very much.
No problem.
And that's all for today in Breanna.